So, cobwebs. Okay, we've been sick, guys. Hate to say it, we've been sick. So we're a little behind on our videos. I believe the last actual video we put out was Plucker Day, and that was one of our many things that we had to get done and felt we really needed to get done. So we've kind of postponed our videos for a week, tried to get things done, and I think we actually burnt ourselves out, or I think I might have burnt myself out a little bit, because I brought something home from work and went through our house. So I'm kind of getting over it, and Cindy's still really under the weather, kind of lost her taste buds and things like that, so potentially maybe a COVID strain. You know, we used to call it flu at one time, but anyway, whatever it was, whatever it is, my garage is a huge mess still, but I'm feeling better, so I'm gonna get at it. I'm starting with vacuuming all these cobwebs because it got extremely thick in here. But anyway, let's go for a little walk, guys, because I want to kind of show you where we are right now with our builds. We haven't talked about that in a while, and a lot didn't really get done, but we did, or what I did do, and I want to show you is I did get some eaves troughs up, and the rabbit and quail barn is done. Inside it's done. There's a little bit to do outside, but inside it's done, and that was the main goal. And we'll talk briefly about what we want to do in the goat barn. So we'll catch you over there. All right, here we are at the barns, guys. So what I want to show you is in the last little while, I've got the troughs on, eaves troughs. I put one on each of the eaves and on the main roof. And in this area here, I actually tied the main roof, ran it over to the trough on the eaves, only because I do think in here we're going to have some sort of fenced area, pen of some sort. Until I know for sure, I just put it over there so it all goes into one rain barrel. So we have 3 rain barrels. I need to do some work on those still, but right now we are catching water. But I mean, it's only another month, 2 months, and I'm gonna have to put them all away anyway because everything's gonna start freezing. So come on over here. I'm just gonna have Cindy take you inside for a minute, show you the finished product. So we got all the, I know you've seen some shorts, but we do have all the rabbits on the one side here. We got the quail over here, and we installed kind of like a mini loft, but really just a large shelf. And we've managed to put a lot of our rabbit boxes, poultry feeders, waters, everything that was kind of in the garage. We've managed to store it up here. Our brooders. So it's given us a place to put everything. Just gonna stories and the teachings from the land and turn off the radio, a little less noise in here. We just have it on for the rabbits. I do need to get the vacuum in here as well. So far I keep a broom in here, so I've managed to keep the floor fairly clean. I have to sweep it out every couple days when I do all the cages. I'm gonna have to bring the vacuum in and give these cages a good vacuum. The rabbits are doing a lot of shedding. One thing I have found is it's so well insulated in here, guys. Even with the vents, I have to keep a window open because the fan, it draws so much air that the vents aren't big enough. So I keep the window cracked. The fan kicks in about shuts off at 18 degrees Celsius. Forgive me, I'm not sure what that translates to in Fahrenheit, but and then kicks on again at 20 degrees Celsius. So even on the cooler nights we've had, when it gets down to about 10 degrees Celsius, it's still, the fan is still kicking off and on in here. The body heat from these rabbits and quail seem to be enough to keep this building warm. So we're really hoping this winter we won't have any issues with water, and we'll be able to keep everybody in a water supply that won't be freezing on us. I still want to get automated waters in here. I bought some of the parts. I just have to buy some hoses and things like that. But I've got all the nipples, and in the case of the quail, I've got all the little dishes. I have what I need as far as that goes. I just got to get my button gear and get the remaining parts. and try it out. I wasn't in a hurry because I wasn't sure I could use it over the winter time, but I'm thinking maybe it'll work. All right, let's go talk about the other barn real briefly. The other thing we have done quite recently is tilled our garden. We've never really talked much about our garden, guys, because we haven't had a lot of luck. We're in clay here, and we were struggling with it. We thought we'd put down wood chips and see if that would help, and it never really seemed to do much for us. It made it a little easier to pull weeds, but otherwise didn't do a whole lot. So this year I actually tilled it under. We had a few inches of wood chips. I tilled it in. I know that there's some people say, you know, that's going to rob nitrogen of the soil and that's going to cause more problems, but we have so much rabbit manure on a constant basis. I'm just dumping it in this garden as well, so I'm hoping it'll offset the wood chips. And overall, what I've found anyway after I tilled is it really did loosen up that soil. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that next year we'll actually see an improvement. If that doesn't work, we're going to likely start looking at raised beds. The other 1/3 of the garden, we left it with wood chips because that's where we have our fig trees and our blueberries and our, I can go on here, a few other fruit trees, and a lot of strawberries. And the strawberries really seem to love that stuff. So anyway, this other barn, I am still working on that little mini door for the goats. But otherwise, Cindy and I are starting to talk about where we're going to put our stalls. So I got the door cut out on this side, which you saw before. I drilled a couple holes in the corners. Today what I'm doing is I've scribed the outside. I'm going to actually cut it out and possibly get the door mounted. I still need to get a few other things necessary to have a good seal on it. But like I said, we're starting to get stuff going here again. So, I mean, tomorrow is the first day of October. A lot of times in this area by the 31st, by Halloween, we're starting to get into that kind of wet snow, rain, and it's not long after that, you never know what you're going to get. So we really want to kind of clamp down again, try not to burn ourselves out too much, but we want to get what we need to get done so that we're ready for the winter. And then on the other side of that door, my whole plan, the other thing I did last week, even though I was sick, I did get out here and I did cut back, took our grapevines back, the sections, a couple sections off, 2 sections, so it's probably 30 feet. Pulled the steel stakes out and just prepped that area. I gotta let the grass grow. I might have to get some seed, I'm not sure. And the plan is to run fence out over and back again so that the goats will have a sheltered area and also have an area to go out and graze in the sun, and come in and out of this little door that I'm working on putting on here. So just that's kind of where we are with all that stuff. Finally getting my tools out of the greenhouse. Just so many little things that it's kind of build up like anywhere, right? Everybody, whether you're on a homestead or even in town, there's always that little list that you have to keep working on. And our guardian dog over here, Max, he's on that list too. I have to get him a doghouse. He's just been working with a lean-to shelter, and I want to make sure I get him something built before winter as well. But anyway, I'm going to get at this and get this hole put in this wall here. So if I'm not talking, that's what I'm doing, guys. There, plenty big enough. Okay, so hopefully that door I have there is going to fill that hole nicely and actually function. So I do have a nail down there I have to get out, and then I'll try to get that set into place. Hey. So I'm just putting the second hinge on the door. I'm going to see if it fits this hole. All right. I think we might have had some success here. So what I'm gonna have to do is put some trim around on the outside here, something for it to close up against with some rubber, and hopefully get a good seal. And we'll have to add some paint to it. But I think we have a goat door. So I'm gonna have to finish this later though, guys. I don't have the rest of the supplies I need. I wasn't sure what I was gonna get into or what I was gonna actually need for it, so that's as far as we're gonna get for now. But we were just debating about whether to open it up toward the inside or the outside. If you open it to the inside, it makes it a little harder planning your stalls. And that's the part that's still rolling around in my head. Do I want to open it to the inside? Typically, it is an outside door, so that's what should be done. But because we were under the lean here, can I get away with opening it to the outside? Maybe. That would make it a little easier planning the inside. So I think before I do any more to this door, Cindy and I are going to sit down, figure out what exactly we're going to do for those stalls, and that'll help determine which way this door is going to finally go. But I want to get something in there once I had the hole cut. So anyway, it's just one more thing done. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this video. It's good to be back into the swing of things here again. Really hate falling behind and not getting a chance to put any videos out, and yeah, it's a lot of pressure for any creator to be able to get everything done and get the videos out, especially when illness hits the house. So but we're glad to be doing it again. Anyway, like, share, subscribe if you will, and we'll keep you posted, guys. We'll keep you updated here. See you next time.